Hello, gardeners! This is your official wake-up call. The date on the calendar is the most important signal you will receive all season. September 1st is not just a date, it is a critical pivot point, a biological trigger for everything in your landscape. The work you do, or fail to do, in the next 2 to 3 weeks will have consequences that echo all the way through winter and into the heart of next spring. This is not the time to be passive. This is the time for decisive, strategic action. In this video, we are breaking down the ultimate, non-negotiable September 1st checklist. 7 meticulously chosen tasks designed to protect your investments, maximize your current harvest, and strategically engineer a spectacular spring bloom. This is your roadmap. Let's begin. Task number 1, the strategic harvest and garden autopsy. Your first mission is to conduct a thorough harvest of everything that is remotely ready. This goes beyond just picking what's perfect. We are engaging in preventative medicine for your plants. Monitor your nightly low temperatures vigilantly. If your forecast predicts temperatures dipping below 4 degrees Celsius or 39 degrees Fahrenheit, you must harvest all your tender vegetables, tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, beans immediately. Even a light frost will terminate their production and turn fruits to mush. Pick those green tomatoes. They will ripen indoors in a paper bag or on a windowsill, a process called climacteric ripening. Now, while the memory of the summer season is fresh, perform a garden autopsy. This is your most valuable research and development. Document everything. Which tomato variety yielded the longest? Which zucchini plant showed resistance to powdery mildew? Where did the sun patterns leave shady spots? Where did water pool after a heavy rain? These notes are not complaints. They are the raw data you will use to design a vastly superior garden plan for next year. Be ruthless in your assessment. Task number 2, make your underground investment for spring. Planting spring flowering bulbs now is the closest thing to gardening magic. You are placing a promise in the ground that will lay dormant through the cold, only to explode with color and life when the world needs it most. The rule of thumb for planting depth is crucial. Plant your bulbs at a depth of 3 times their height. A 2-inch tall tulip bulb goes 6 inches deep. This depth protects them from freezing, thawing cycles, and hungry squirrels. Always plant them with the pointy end up, the basal plate where the roots emerge facing down. For a natural professional look, forget planting in straight, soldier-like rows. Think in clusters and drifts. Dig a wider hole and plant 5, 7, or even 9 bulbs of the same variety together. This creates a dramatic impact. For naturalized-looking lawns, gently toss a handful of small bulbs like crocus or scilla and plant them exactly where they land. Give them a great start by sprinkling a bulb-specific fertilizer or a handful of bone meal into the planting hole. This provides essential phosphorus for strong root development. Then, backfill with soil, water them in thoroughly, and let nature do the rest. Task number 3, execute fall lawn renovation. September is the single most important month for lawn care, far more critical than spring. The cooler temperatures and warm soil create the perfect environment for cool season grasses to thrive. Apply a fall-specific fertilizer, often called a winterizer. These formulas are higher in potassium, the K in the NPK ratio. Potassium is essential for promoting deep, robust root systems and improving the plant's overall hardiness against cold, drought, and disease. You are building a resilient lawn from the ground up. If your lawn is thin, this is also the perfect time to overseed. For best results, core aerate first. This process pulls out plugs of soil, relieving compaction and creating perfect holes for seed-to-soil contact. Then, spread a high-quality grass seed appropriate for your climate and sun exposure. The autumn rains and dew will provide consistent moisture for germination. Task number 4, implement deep root hydration for trees and shrubs. While the air is cooling, the soil is still holding summer's warmth. This is the ideal time for roots to grow. Give all your woody plants a deep, slow watering. Focus on the drip line, not the base of the trunk, as this is where the feeder roots are located. The goal is to moisten the soil to a depth of 8 to 12 inches. This encourages roots to grow deeper, making them far more drought-tolerant next summer. This is especially critical for broadleaf evergreens and all plants installed in the last 3 years. They are susceptible to winter desiccation, where winter winds pull moisture from the leaves, while the frozen ground prevents the roots from replenishing it. Deep watering now is their best defense. Task number 5, garden sanitation for disease and pest prevention. A clean garden in fall is a healthy garden in spring. This is your most effective organic pest control strategy. Remove all spent annual plants and fallen debris from vegetable and flower beds. This is non-negotiable. This debris is the primary overwintering site for insects and disease spores. Here is the golden rule. If a plant was diseased, it goes in the trash. Do not compost it. Most home compost piles do not reach temperatures high enough to kill pathogens. You would simply be recycling disease back into your garden. Once the bed is clean, consider adding a thin top dressing of compost or well-rotted manure. The winter elements will slowly work these nutrients into the soil, feeding the microbial life and preparing a fertile bed for spring planting. Task number 6, the preemptive weed strike. I know, weeding feels like a futile battle, but one focused weeding session in early September is worth 10 sessions next May. Your goal is simple: remove every weed you see before it has the chance to set seed. A single weed can produce thousands, even tens of thousands of seeds. By removing it now, you are preventing a genetic legacy that would plague you for years to come. Focus on perennial weeds like dandelion and bindweed. Try to remove as much of the root system as possible. For an extra layer of defense in vegetable gardens you've cleared, you can apply an organic pre-emergent herbicide, like corn gluten meal. This natural product inhibits the germination of weed seeds, providing a protective barrier over the winter. Task number 7, continue your planting season. The gardening year is not over. The warm soil and cooler air of September create the perfect conditions for planting a whole new suite of crops. Sow seeds directly for fast-growing, cold-hardy vegetables. You can enjoy fresh salads from the garden long after your tomatoes are gone. Many of these crops, especially kale and parsnips, actually taste sweeter after a light frost. This is also the absolute best time of year to plant trees, shrubs, and perennials. The warm soil encourages vigorous root growth, while the cool air eliminates the heat stress that plagues summer planting. The plant can establish itself securely in its new home before going dormant, giving it a massive head start on growth next spring compared to something planted in the spring. Remember to water all new plantings thoroughly and consider applying a light layer of mulch to protect the roots from early freezes. Let's recap your 7-point September 1st mission. 1. Conduct a strategic harvest and garden autopsy. 2. Invest in spring by planting bulbs. 3. Renovate and fertilize your lawn. 4. Provide deep root hydration for trees and shrubs. 5. Sanitize the garden to eliminate pests and disease. 6. Execute a preemptive strike on weeds. And 7. Extend your season by planting cold-hardy crops and woody plants. If this comprehensive checklist empowers you to take control of your garden this season, please support this channel. Liking this video significantly increases its reach, helping fellow gardeners find this crucial information. And subscribing ensures you won't miss our next strategic gardening guide. Now, I need your intelligence. What is your number one gardening priority this September? Are you focused on harvesting, planting for spring, or lawn care? Share your battle plan in the comments below. We learn best as a community. Thank you for watching. Now go forth and garden with purpose.